All right, welcome back. It's Nick Switala. It's the Green Light Special, and we are pleased to be joined, as promised earlier in the program, is Justin Turner, of course, big part of today's program, as he announces he is, in fact, coming back for his fifth and final year as a BG Falcon, and the two-time All-MAC player is joining us on our Straight Dope interview, which is, of course, always brought to you by the Casual Pint, Toledo's most unique craft beer market, still open during this time, folks, Thursday through Sunday. 2 to 8. Stop in, get your beer to go. They bring us our conversation with Juice, and now Juice says hello, fresh off his decision. Justin, welcome back to the program. Nick Switala, how are things with everything? Good?
Nick, I'm doing good, man. I'm just trying to stay safe. How are you?
Good, man, and I know you've been very busy as of late. I saw the piece with Strack. I saw the Mac Instagram Live, so first of all, I try not to hound people when they're getting peppered with this media stuff, so I really appreciate your time. I know things have been very hectic, but first off, and everything's okay with the Justin Turner family. How's the family's reaction to your decision with Bowling Green? First and foremost, how is the supporting cast?
Well, first, my family's been good. You know, I got family back in Detroit, so really ain't been too much going on over there. Everybody just trying to stay safe. And then, as far as the decision, you know, they supported me with whatever I made. You know, most of them told me that whatever decision I made is the right decision. So really just tried to do what I thought was best, and you know, it's good that when you got people that.
That's excellent to hear. Now, as far as this process goes, right off the bat, I got to ask you, Juice. I mean, aren't you kind of happy this thing's over? I mean, you could not have been more bombarded with any calls. Correct me if I'm wrong, but there could not be another point in your life where you're getting bombarded with more phone calls than this time. Are you kind of happy after, you know, I'm sure you embrace the experience, but all in all, are you kind of happy this thing's over?
No, yeah. You know, I wouldn't just say happy, but it definitely is a big stress reliever or weight off your shoulders or whatever you want to call it, you know, because it was a lot. It got overwhelming. At the same time, you know, it was a blessing to control my own future and things like that, but, you know, definitely it's going to be much easier to stay off the phone and everything like that with all the phone calls and text messages and things like that.
You narrowed it down to your Final Four. You have big-time schools in the back of your mind. You've collected all of your information. Marquette, big-time program, often goes dancing. Iowa State, big-time program, often goes dancing. What's going through your mind on Saturday morning when you made the decision? What popped up in your mind when you said it's BG all the way?
Really, well, I know what I'm getting myself into. I know what's at stake with everything. I kind of narrowed the schools down to the four that I felt like was the best basketball situations for me, whether the ball's going to be in my hands and me taking shots and being able to control my own destiny. So really, I just woke up with a feeling, just knowing that Bowling Green was the place to be. Like, I literally woke up with, like, I know I'm going to Bowling Green, kind of like it's just like a gut feeling type of thing.
Sure. And was there still an element of uncertainty when it comes to other situations? Because, you know, you've been at BG all 4 years. So while you know what's happening at BG, does it also factor in that you're not, you know, you might buy into what you're being sold at other places. You might love the sound of everything, but there's still an element of not being 100% sure of, you know, this is only 1 year. I mean, you get one crack at this. Is there an element of uncertainty when it comes to the other programs, Juice?
Yeah, definitely. I think, well, the way I looked at it, I thought it would level uncertainty both ways because, you know, just because I come back to Bowling Green doesn't guarantee, you know, us anything, whether that's that we win it all or things like that. But definitely just that, you know, uncertainty and not knowing of what to expect, and especially at a time like this when you can't take visits because, you know, some people take visits based off their relationship with the coach and the feel they get from the visit. So, you know, it was definitely tough. So that's why we really tried to collect as much information as possible and make the best of the situation.
We're pleased to be joined by Bowling Green star guard Justin Turner on our Straight Dope interview after he announces he is, in fact, withdrawing from the transfer portal, coming back to Bowling Green for his fifth year. If, in fact, let's hope we have a season, Juice. I mean, we need to know we have a season first with all this going on right now. But if there is a season, it will be Juice in Bowling Green. Juice, I got to ask, as far as this virus stuff goes and what happened at the end of the season, how much did the what-ifs play a role in your return, if at all? I mean, when you're factoring, you wake up, you guys lost 3 or 4 down the stretch, but who cares? You guys lost a few games down the stretch in the year previous, and you made it to the MAC title game. So I'm not going to say that was going to be a roadblock. I mean, you had everything in front of you. There's still work to be done. How much did the what-ifs, how much did the fact that everything was canceled on you play a role in you wanting to come back and finish this thing?
Man, honestly, it did play a little bit of a factor because, you know, it's so easy to just sit back and say, you know, and play out all the different scenarios that could have happened. So when you really sit back and be like, man, I ain't even get a shot to try to make amends with the loss we had previous year. You know, it kind of stings still, and going and see that we couldn't do nothing about it. You know, it just hurts. Like when they canceled it, it hurt, and then I think I would have felt better if I at least been able to get back and at least give it all I had to, and then I would have said, okay, maybe, you know, it just didn't happen. At least I gave it everything I had. But the fact that we could, and it was just like an emptiness, and it definitely was a factor in wanting to come back.
What can you share about the pitch from Michael Huger, Anthony Stacey, and staff and your surroundings at Bowling Green? Now, you said they were very laid back. You said they handled this with great character. They wanted you to do what was best for you. No pressure. But what was that in the pitch, the unfinished business aspect? What was in the pitch from Stacey and Huger as far as, let's be honest, this was reopening your recruitment, was it not?
Yeah, it was kind of like a free agency, you know, a college edition. So, you know, as far as them, they were, like you said, they were very supportive. You know, they just wanted me to know that what they thought, which was that I can be a pro from anywhere. They wanted me to know that, you know, they feel like we got a great situation and I'll be able to thrive on and play my best basketball to be able to set myself up for my pro career and really just what was at stake as far as us being a good team next year and being able to compete for conference championship. So, you know, they threw everything out there back on the table. So, you know, that was the best part about it. They were supportive, but still, you know, recruiting me at the same time.
Right. Just good. That's a good answer. Justin Turner on our Straight Dope interview, of course, always brought to you by the Casual Pint, Toledo's most unique craft beer market. Again, now open Thursday through Sunday during this time, 2 to 8. That's where you can get your beer to go. That's at the Casual Pint Toledo, where beer lovers meet. Juice, I got to ask you, and you might just not know the answer because it's a completely unknown, and I understand, but I got to ask anyway. Speaking of during this virus and during this unprecedented time, you're not able to go on a physical visit. You know, everything's done on a video, Zoom and phone, and you're not able to go see these campuses and get that extra taste, if you will. Do you still see yourself choosing Bowling Green regardless, or do you think maybe, just maybe, a physical appearance at some of these campuses could have been a bigger game changer? And let's be honest, you have to wish you would have had that opportunity, do you not? How about that for a second?
Yeah, for sure. You for sure want to go on the visits because, you know, it's kind of hard to just get a great feel for what someone is saying through the phone. You know, especially like I come from a family. I come from a place where, you know, relationships mean a lot. So I tend to answer the first question. Honestly, you don't know. Maybe not. You know, one thing that I told myself that I was going to try not to do at the beginning of the process, like just trying to display different scenarios that could have happened, because realistically, you know, that would have been just a lot. So that's why I tried to narrow it down to those realistic schools, and you never know. If I take the visits, I maybe could have felt some things out that maybe were left unanswered or had me feeling uneasy about. But then at the same time, I think it was all for a reason. So, you know, it can go a lot of different ways.
Bowling Green star guard Justin Turner on our Straight Dope interview. Justin, did you come up with a final two? Did you end up coming up with the best situation for Juice, not named Bowling Green, or did you just kind of leave it at the final four and choose BG, or did you end up coming up with a final two?
No, I left it at the final four. You know, I felt like they were all good schools and all good situations for me. So I really just left it at that final four and just maneuver my way to pick a school through those four. So, you know, I didn't really have like a fake four and then just a set two that I was just stuck on. You know, I really liked all of them.
Okay, so you did not trim it down to two. And I know you're not a me guy, so this might not be your thing, but the reality is your stats play a big role for BG next year, and becoming a 180 player might be a necessity for you to fulfill your dream. Who knows? You checked off a big box in the free throw category, but as far as shooting 40% from downtown and 50% from the field, do you think becoming a 180 player will have to up your profile a little bit, entering the draft process or entering the opportunity to play professionally post-college? How about the 180 player and those stats for a second?
Yeah, I definitely think 180 is definitely a goal that I have for myself, and it's not really like a selfish thing. It's more kind of pushing myself just to work towards something far as individually. So
sure.
And realistically, that's making me better from each perspective. You know, I think that was something that, you know, I thought I was on pace for before I got hurt. And then obviously you come back with limited minutes and things like that. So
Yep.
it might get blocked a little bit, but it's definitely something I'm going to keep working towards. And if it happens, that's great. And if I fall a little short, obviously I won't mind as long as I see the work what I put in pays off. And if we're winning, that caps it off to the max.
That's well said. And speaking of the individual accolades, you obviously know, everybody knows now, big piece of this is, you're only 344 points away from breaking Anthony Stacey's program record as far as the all-time leading scorer. Now, Juice, look, I know that's not why you came back, but isn't it hot fudge on top of the sundae to know that you basically, let's be honest, I mean, I'm no math major, but if you play 30 games this year and you throw up 10, 11 points a game, you're breaking this record. So doesn't it add a little hot fudge to the sundae to realize that you could be in the same conversation as Stacey, Comives? Thurmond only played 70-something games back in the day, but, Thurmond, you're talking about all-time Holmes. You're talking about all-time greats in this program, big-time players. How about that for a minute? Doesn't that add a little spice to the whole thing, or does that mean nothing to you?
I mean, I wouldn't say it mean nothing. Obviously it'd be something special. It'd be something special to Stacey, too, that he recruited the player to do it, us being so close, and, that's something he wants me to do. But honestly, I think, from all the feedback that I'm getting from people ever since I made the decision, I think obviously I want to make that and leave my legacy here, but at the same time, I kind of want to pave a way just for the mid-major standard, I guess, of maybe
Sure.
entering the portal, and then a lot of people told me they was really shocked that I came back. So just paving a way that that I can do it maybe and lead this team to the championship. As maybe you don't got to go to the biggest school to get seen. So it's different ways I kind of look at it.
What did Michael Huger and Anthony, speaking of Stacey, what did the coaches sell you on as far as the makeup of the upcoming roster? I'll let you go on this, Juice. How about the roster next year? Why do you believe, not only from an individual standpoint of carrying this team, you're the A player, we all know that, but as far as the supporting cast, as far as the team goes, what about this? You lose Dylan Fry. Obviously, we know how efficient he was and how productive he was. That's a hit. But as far as this upcoming season goes, what about this roster all in all, based on the experience and the newcomers, the projected newcomers at least, you've been told why this thing could work out and hang a banner in the rafters for the first time since '68?
Yeah, we're going to have the experience. I think that plays a big part, especially for a team, especially for a conference like ours. I think the experience carries a lot of weight. I'm going to have newcomers that's going to impact right away. I think people are going to be really shocked when they see Cam, Cade, and Josiah and things like that. And then the overall togetherness of our team, I feel like that's one thing that kept us sharp all year this past season. And then whether we add another piece or not, I think we got one guy sit there. And we add an important piece, I think we're going to be set to go.
Looking forward to it, man. It's going to be fun. It's a big blessing for this program and the supporters and the fans to have you back. You know that. Appreciated your time here, and we're happy to have you back for one more year. Kudos for you to go through that draft process a couple of years ago, to go through the portal process. I think you played your cards right, and I'm happy to have you back. And I think I speak for Falcon Nation when I say that, and I appreciate the time today, bro.
No doubt. Thanks, Nick. Thanks for having me, man.